Welcome to part 2 of our 3-part showcase on this 98 Honda CBR 600. I'm going to take it for a ride in just a minute. My first ride on a CBR 600. My dad drove it to the staging station here. He's about as familiar with these as I am. He's coming off of a Road King. He didn't slow us down.
I know.
What'd you think?
I liked it. It reminded me of an H1 in 1970, and it was fun to ride. I think by the sign behind me, Jesus is telling me to go buy an old Honda 600.
That's a pretty good endorsement. Let's hope neither one of us see Jesus anytime soon. I'll get my helmet on, and I'll take you guys on a ride. I think my dad liked it.
I think so too.
We'll see if I like it as much as he did. I've never ridden a Honda sport bike, but about 20 years ago, I had a Ninja, Kawasaki Ninja, of the same vintage. 2 of them actually, a 1996 and then a 1994, which camera girl surprised me with. She knew I was looking for it. I saw it in the paper. And while I was at work, she and her brother went and picked it up, and I discovered it in the garage when I arrived home. Wonderful memory. I don't remember them as wonderful bikes though. I only owned those for about 6 months combined. I remember them being uncomfortable, and I felt like I was just a little bit too close to serious injury or death when I rode them.
Wonderful.
So we'll see if I have any of those same feelings here, or if I can connect with the machine and feel good on it. We're going to take a similar route that we did on the Aero scooter, but instead of starting at the gas station, we're starting at the church, and I'm going to make a detour so camera girl can get ahead of us and meet us at our destination. I'm ready.
All right, I'll see you in a few. Don't die.
Here we go. So far, so good. It's not a position I'm used to. My hips don't like it. I can't believe I just said that. I'm getting old, fellers. Probably just the cold. The consensus in the comments was that these are great machines. There were a lot of fond memories coming through in those comments. People had very good things to say about the CBR 600. Something very different on this machine than a dirt bike that I just noticed is when I lean into a corner, it wants to turn. I'm immediately counter steering with my left hand when I make a sharp left turn like I did a minute ago. It's a partly cloudy day. I imagine low to mid 50s. I dressed in layers, so hopefully I won't get so cold that I can't talk to you guys. Just cruising around the neighborhood. It seems manageable. Something I remember from those Kawasaki Ninjas is that it seemed like there was always a lot of weight on my wrists. I don't feel that so much on this bike, really at all. It's possible for me to sit on this and not put any weight on my hands. It definitely wants to turn. Power delivery is smooth, a lot smoother than a single-cylinder dirt bike. More than one person in the comments said that this engine really starts to wake up around 7,000 RPM, which is really funny because the motorcycles I'm familiar with redline at about 7,000. I don't know if I will get it up to that speed on this ride. I could get familiar with this, I think. I think I've only taken the engine up to about 5,000 so far. Just slow playing it. It sounds good. I like the way it sounds. Got it up to 6,000 there, and it started to wake up a little bit. And I'm already right behind my wife. When I rode the Aero scooter, it created a mood of leisure, contentment, smelling the roses. This machine creates a mood that is more sporting, more aggressive, but not in a bad way. I feel a little bit like I'm an arrow that was just shot from a bow, and I'm in the air headed to my target. These corners should be fun. Okay, that was 7,000 RPM. This has some long legs. And I know you fellers out there who ride newer ones view this machine as an antique, but it's all relative. The last time I was on this road, I was on a 50cc scooter that wasn't running right. I have two goals in my mind right now. First of all is to not die. Second of all is to arrive at our destination without breaking down. When this engine hits 7,000, it feels like it's getting its second wind. The first thing that came to mind was warp speed, but I know to anybody familiar with these bikes, you probably think that's an exaggeration. You may think that's an exaggeration. I know some seasoned street riders like Hero RR watch this channel sometimes. Don't judge me too harshly. Oh, 8,000 there. It pulls. Wow, it pulls. Feller could get carried away on a thing like this. I don't remember those Kawasaki's being like this. But I was also 21 years old. 42-year-old me thinks this machine is awful fast. Camera girl must have seen me and sped up. I don't think I've even been in 6th gear yet. Now I am. Selling those ninjas. But if I would have bought a CBR back then, I may have just kept it. We made it, slipped on down to the Oasis. I'm a little bit cold, but I feel instigated. I know what my dad felt It's exciting. I feel like I'm riding a spaceship. You sped up, didn't you, when you saw me behind you?
Yeah. Well, also, I was following a guy that was going 20 for a while, and once he turned, then I could go a little faster.
Okay. Well, we will wait for Ed here. This is where we're going to meet. Get some drive-by shots. And I'm going to warm up for a few minutes. Well, this is Ed. He found us. Snuck up on us. This is his electric motorcycle, 0S. I might be tempted to take it for a ride at another time.
Yeah.
This is going to be the test for you.
Yeah.
I think it runs well,
Uh-huh.
but I'm used to machines that have half the horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like you to take it for a ride.
Absolutely.
Give me your honest opinion.
Okay. I'll take it up until the road starts to turn, and then I'll come around, turn around and come back.
Take it through the gears.
Yeah.
So what is the power delivery like on a 0S compared to this?
Faster.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Faster. And right now.
Yeah.
And no clutch.
Easy peasy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, well,
Okay.
try it out.
Okay. Keep an eye on that thing.
Yeah. How long have you owned this?
You know, I was trying to figure out. I was looking at the metadata on that picture that I sent you, and it's been over 10 years.
10 years. Okay.
Yeah, over 10 years.
See what you think.
All right. I'll see if I can work this thing. Oh, that's familiar. Oh, yes. All right. I'll be back in no time. Oh my goodness, that sounds great.
So he's leaving with a smile. We'll see if he returns with a smile. Sounds all right going down the road.
Oh, yeah, good. I noticed, like you're saying, like in low RPM, there's like almost like a chug.
Stumble maybe.
Yeah, stumble or something like that.
How does it feel going through the gears?
Feels good.
Feels like it should?
Yeah,
Good.
feels good.
All right. Well, I'd like to keep it
Of course you do.
just a few more days.
Okay.
So we can do the third part.
All right.
Hey,
Nice to meet you.
likewise.
Yeah.
This is our first meeting. I wasn't around when he dropped this off. So I'm putting a face to the texts and to the phone calls. We'll go finish up our B-roll.
Yeah.
Let you get back home.
Okay. Little awkward taking off. I'm not used to this.
Awkward because of...
Awkward because I've been riding that
Okay.
versus this.
Well, you'll soon have some variation
It's
again.
way different. It's way different.
Yeah. All right. See you soon then.
Yeah.
It's been a couple hours since we parted ways with Ed, and I'm just about cold enough that it's difficult to talk. That nice, partly cloudy early afternoon turned into a really cold and dreary late afternoon. But we got our third person clips finished. We're back home safe. I've got some things to tell you about in part 3 of this showcase on the 98 CBR 600. If you're interested in watching that video, I'll put a link to it up on the screen, and if you'd like to see part 1 of the series, I'll put a link to that up there as well. Thanks for standing out in the cold with the camera.
Thanks for riding in the cold.
It was a good time, despite the cold. Thanks for watching.